Hello guys, welcome to another video brought to you by Programium. This is sixth video for our Java playlist, and in this video we will be talking about naming conventions in Java. So without any further delay, let's get started. Okay, Java naming conventions. Why we use these naming conventions? Imagine you are working in a software house or any company and you developed a very good software there, but after that you finalized your project, you got hired into another company. There comes the fluctuating point. Your project of course would be given to some other person for the sake of maintenance or for debugging of extra features. And if you worked according to the Java naming convention, that person would have a lot of A's in this project, in this work or his project. But if you use some useless or meaningless names for variables, so this person won't have any idea what's going on, what to do now. So naming conventions help all of us, especially programmers, when we are working on the project of other developers. So what are the naming conventions? That every variable name should start with a lowercase letter, such as ID, name, or we used in our previous videos. You can check that we used first variable, first integer, etc. It should not start with the special characters like ampersand, dollar, at the rate of, hashtag. Okay, if the name contains multiple words, start first name with the lowercase letter and other words with the capital or uppercase letter. You can see here first name and last name with the capital N and small f and small l. Avoid using one character variables such as xyz or I, j, a. Okay. Now let's open our IntelliJ IDE. I'm going to create a new Java file. First, hit here, and you have to open source and this directory, and after that click on main and right click on main and new Java class. What should be our name for our Java class? Naming. Let me put naming convention. I'm collapsing this tab, and you can see that we got some kind of code here. Let me put a main method here. So what should be the naming conventions as we have uh, studied in this video? These are first, uh, declaring or defining a variable, we have to use data type, and after that name of the variable. There are lot of naming conventions. First, let me tell you, first variable. Okay, you can see that IntelliJ is showing an underline here. Let me tell you why. We understand from our slide, and we know that our first letter of word should be lowercase, and every other letter of the other words would start with uppercase letter. You can see here, uh, F is small and V is capital. So this is the first convention. But what if you want to use only one word? Then you can write small f. Or what if we put capital F? No problem, but the convention should be small f. Okay, what if we start it with some special case letter? It is showing some errors here. Let me create local variable first, and it is showing us a hint that don't use special case letters or word. So I am removing that. We can use here underscore. That's also perfectly fine. But what if we want to use two words for our variable and put a space in between them? First variable, again it is showing an error. What is cannot resolve symbol variable? So we either have to remove this space from here, or we can use underscore here. That's perfect. And and what should be the next thing is that I told you you can use capital word here, and always use meaningful names for your variables. You can also use I, J, K, E, F, G, but they are meaningless variables and names, so you personally would feel uncomfortable, and you would get lost. What does this mean? What does that mean? And if you used these words, these kind of letters in your for the name of your variables, you will also feel complexity to recognize what was I using I for, B for, and G for. Okay, so always use meaningful names. You can use whatever you want, whatever you like, and whatever you feel suitable for yourself. One more thing I would like to tell you about here. What if you want to declare a lot of variables with same data type here? Let me change data type here. I would use character, and I would say name, and character age. No, character should not be age. Okay, age would be fine. Let me change things here. I'm changing it to string, and also string, and also string father name. Okay, we are using three variables of the same data type. You can say, is there a shorter way to doing these things? Yes, there's a shorter way. Put a comma here, and use whatever you want to name your variables. So I am deleting these, and you can say that they are perfectly fine. So enough for this video. We will meet in our next video. Until then, don't forget to like our videos, subscribe our channel, and share with your friends. Goodbye.